100. Now, you mentioned accepting inconsistent practices as normal. Can you give those examples? I mean, I can think of them a bunch in my own, and I don't have anyone working for me.
Yes, absolutely. I've got a great story that I like to tell regarding a person that I'm going to call Dave. You know, we change the names of the innocent to protect them. So this isn't really about anybody named Dave, but I had to pick a name. So I call this man Dave. This person was a control room operator, and he was a new employee. For people that work in production, they understand what control operators do. They basically work in a plant running fixed equipment, and they're in charge of the production process. As a new employee, he trained with 2 senior operators, and each of those guys felt that they understood the best way to run a plant, which is very common in industry. So Dave would spend, let's say, one day with Mike and another day with Bob. And through the weeks of training, he learned Bob's way of running the plant and Mike's way of running the plant. And finally, management decided that he had been in training long enough, and it was okay for him to run the plant on his own. And so the first few weeks went well. And then one day, something happened, and he had to shut the equipment down. Well, because Dave had been given the impression that it was okay for him to devise his own methodology for making those decisions, he came up with his own way of shutting the equipment down, and it caused equipment damage and extended production loss. And the question that I would ask the audience is, whose fault is that? And some people would say, well, it's Dave's fault. He made the decision. He should be written up. And I say it's not Dave's fault. That ultimately it's a management team's fault, because they did not insist on developing a consistent methodology that was used in their training program, and instead accepted the fact that their operators could make those decisions independently.